This training is going to go into your authorized user listings. If you click right here for the more, you'll get Go Admin, More, Access Privilege. What you're going to do is you're going to add users, and then we're going to set the privileges. One thing to note about this is when you log into the admin, it has to be with the master admin. You can't use a normal admin user account. It has to be the master admin user. What you'll do is you'll come over to More, and you go to Access Privilege. Once clicking there, you're going to click Add User. We're going to give it a username, call it Johnny, make it active, give it a password and confirm it. Fill out the information. Then I'm going to click Add. So now you'll see, there we go, I don't need to save the password here. Click on Johnny now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set privileges. So I'm going to click on the name, and then I click on the privilege tab. So there's a few options that we can do. We can grant all privileges, or we can open and close and select them individually. This is important because if you want to limit who has access to certain areas, this is where you want to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grant all privileges to start, and you can see lots of different privileges right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and just make a couple notes. Customer accounts, some of the most important areas though. Layout is important. Category is another one important. This is where your home page sits. Layout is where all the configurations for your whole site sit. So if you don't want someone to have access to that, that is important. Take that off. If it's a salesperson, they probably don't need access to that. Frequently asked questions, policy, deals, purchase order. Also, the other item to note is down here called site info. That's where the management of the site is. So if you don't want someone to have access to that, that's another one that I usually will take off. Also the site indexing, so that they can't index a site. That's going to be important because if they keep indexing the site and they don't know what they're doing, it could significantly degrade the server because it will overload the server. So that's an important one to note. And then you just hit update, and there you go. So now I have minimal permissions on there for my personal login. Now if you want to go in and deactivate someone, such as a former employee or someone who no longer needs access, you just go in, click that, deactivate it, hit update, and you'll see here it is no longer active. And if you need to, you just go in to delete them completely, hit delete, delete permanently, okay, and you can see now Johnny has no access to the admin side. That'll be all.